Hey guys, welcome back to the channel Nate's Pink Bookshelf. My name is Nate Denise. For those of you who are new to the channel, who just happened to stumble across this video, and I'm back, same outfit, because I decided to record these videos on the same day just because I have 4 TBR videos to post. So we're just gonna do 2 and 2. Great. But as the title says below, this is going to be for Tome Topple Readathon Round 10. I cannot wait to do this. You guys do not understand. So if you don't know what Tome Topple is, I'll leave a link here. Just click the I to go to Sam's channel. But it is a readathon created by Sam for Thoughts on Tomes, in which you read nothing but tomes for 2 weeks. And a tome is anything over 500 pages. This does not include the short story compilations. But it does include graphic novels, which I think is epic. So the dates for this round is going to be February 7th to February 20th, which is awesome. And this time around, there are several challenges. She normally has 5 solid challenges, but she did a lot more since we are in February, which is the month of Black History Month and Valentine's. But the other hosts outside of Sam are going to be Adriana from Perpetual Pages, Sarah Jane from The Book Life, you have Sean from The Reader's Ramble, and Cass from Little Book Owl, as well as Jocelyn from Yogi with the Book. You also have Sam, who is a blogger from Will Read for Booze, and you have an Instagram account from Gaia, who is, I'm not going to pronounce the name, so the links to their websites, blogs, and all that are down below. But they have a bingo board this go, which is here, and I think the bingo board is so epic, and I'm going to go through the books that I have picked out for the bingo board. So I don't even know where to start. Okay, so the first prompt is to read a tome that has been on your TBR the longest. I normally just pick the books that are on my TBR. I actually haven't gone through to figure that out, but it is most likely going to be Elantris by Brandon Sanderson that has been on my TBR the longest. So we have this. I'm going to be reading Elantris for this because I'm partaking in the Cosmiralong, in which you read all of Brandon Sanderson's book. So I'm super excited about that. So I'll leave a link here. You can just go to that. I watched it on Cass from Little Book Owl. But there is Cass from Little Book Owl, Jaded Reader, Becca in the Books, Jessie from Bow Ties in Books, and X Catherine Reads. I'll leave all their links down below. But this month, for February and March, we are going to be reading Elantris, and I just can't wait. So we have this. This book is, as far as like the actual literature, is 615 pages. There is also a glossary, so if you include the glossary, then 622 pages. I read Warbreaker, which was the first book that I read from Brandon Sanderson. Freaking adored that book so much. I have to do a whole like video review because that book was amazing. But I know that this is the first book that Brandon Sanderson actually wrote, so I'm going to be diving into Elantris, and I cannot wait to dive into this book. This, if you guys don't know, is going to be high fantasy. It just deals with a city named Elantris, which was a city of gods, and it has magic, and that's all that I need. And it follows 3 different perspectives. Already broke my book up into 4 days of reading, so I can't wait. Can't wait. Okay, so the next prompt is going to be Standalone Tome. For that, I'm going with a review book, The Unwilling by Kelly Braffet. I don't know much about this book, just know that it's YA fantasy. I was sent this arc for review, but the company actually sent me a finished copy. So I'm gonna be reading the finished copy, and you guys, this hardcover, this olive green golden color is like stunning to me, stunning. But I'm gonna read this. And I don't know much about it. I know that it deals with a girl who has no name. On the cover, it actually says, she has no name, no history, but a power the Empire has never known. It is blurbed on the front cover by Aaron Morgenstern. And, yeah, I'm excited to dive into this. Don't know much, like I said. I have my pages already broken up. I'm excited to see what this is about. Now, the main character's name is Judah. She was born with a special gift. She was raised inside Highfall Castle alongside Gavin, who was the son and heir to Lord Elbin's vast empire. Her and Gavin share an unnatural bond that is both the key to her survival and her possible undoing. So I'm excited. I'm not sure if this is told in dual perspectives or not, but I have somewhat high hopes for this book. So we have this. This book clocks in at 569 pages. So, there we go. The third prompt is to read a tome from a genre you don't usually read. All of these are fantasy. I normally read fantasy, so we just can't fill that one out. Okay, so then the next prompt is to read a Tome audiobook or listen to a Tome audiobook. For that, I'm going with a reread, and that is going to be Tomi Adeyemi's Children of Blood and Bone. I want to reread this book, re-listen to rather, this book before diving into the sequel, which is Children of Virtue and Vengeance. I can't wait to go back to Zele and Amari and Zane and Inan and really dive in, because I've heard some things about the sequel. So I need to pay attention to some characters in here again. And I have read this and annotated, of course. I have changed up my annotating, so I'm going to re-annotate this and thoroughly enjoy it. This book clocks in at, let's see, 525 pages. So I can't wait. YA fantasy set in Africa with magic, and I am here for it. So we have this. The next one is to read more than one tome, of course, or read one tome. For that, I have Kingdom of Souls. I really probably didn't need to put this on there for that prompt, but we have it. All I know that this is set in Africa, of course. It deals with witch doctors and demons and magic. And the main character does not have any magic of her own. She wants magic, so she goes and sells, I believe, a part of her soul or her life force. And that is a way to gain magic, but you really don't know how much of your life you're giving away. So I'm excited to read this. A lot of people have loved it and enjoyed it, and a lot of people don't like her mother. I don't know, again. But this book clocks in at 485 pages. This, of course, is not a tome, but it is listed. If you look down below, they have a list of books, because they do have a prompt for Black History Month. And this book was listed, and this is a book I definitely said I wanted to read in February, so we have that. Okay, the next prompt is to read the tome that was on your TBR with the most pages. I don't really know. I believe that's going to be Elantris, because it's clocked at 622 pages. So yeah, that one is Elantris. So we have Elantris for that. The next prompt is to read a tome from a series. I'm going with the 5th season by N.K. Jemisin. This is the first book in the Broken Earth trilogy, and I'm going with this because this actually goes into two other readathons actually that I'm doing, so that's why I have this. Don't know much about this. All that I know is that the earth is broken, it's spewing ashes, and it follows 3 different characters. Just give me some magic, some black people, and be good. There we go. The next prompt is to read a tome for Black History Month, and again, if you read, check down below, they have a list of books that you can read. So I know on that list they have Black Leopard, Red Wolf, I believe. They also have Children of Blood and Bone, and they had Kingdom of Souls on there with a bunch of other books. So again, check down below. But for that, I'm going with one that I'm already reading, and that's Children of Blood and Bone. The last and final prompt is Adult Tome. For that, I originally had Elantris, but I already have Elantris for the tome that was on my TBR the longest and the tome that has the most pages. So for that, I'm going to go again with the 5th season, because this is adult fantasy, and that is that. So I'm excited. 5 books. We have Elantris and the 5th season, which are both adult fantasy novels. We then have Children of Blood and Bone by Tomi Adeyemi, Kingdom of Souls by Rena Barron, and then The Unwilling by Kelly Braffet as my YA fantasy books. So I'm excited for this. Hopefully I can get to them. I have broken up my readings into 4 days for each book. So we're going to see if this works out. If I can at least read 3 of these completed, will be great. Will be great. Because Elantris is actually going to go for a long time. So Elantris goes from February to March for me. But my goal is to read Kingdom of Souls, the 5th season, and The Unwilling. And if I listen to the audiobook without reading Children of Blood and Bone, then I can possibly finish 4 of the 5. But we'll see. But if you guys are going to be partaking in the Tome Topple round 10, let me know. Leave your videos down below or your book recommendations down below. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.